What's poppin', people? Zinx here, bringing you another Snowmobile video. In this one, we're going over my new $300 sled that I picked up the other day, and kind of rebuilding it, and taking care of everything that is wrong with it, so that we can get it running. So, as you can see here, it is a 1997 Arctic Cat Jag 440. This is the Deluxe model. When I picked it up, it was all there, everything was together, but there was a mouse nest in the airbox, so I had to take that apart, and essentially was trying to get started in the guy's garage when I picked it up, and determined that the fuel pump was bad. So got that out and everything, got most of the part cleaned out, most of the mouse nest. There was 4 mice living in it at the time. So that was quite exciting of an event. They chewed up quite a lot of the wiring. So I'm gonna wrap that up with electrical tape. Was able to get it running by putting some mixed fuel in the cylinders. Fired right up. The fuel line is basically all bad. Determined that this thing sat for quite a few years. The registration was last in 13, but it actually was last run in 08. So he registered it once in 2013 after it sat. So what is that? That's 12 years this thing has sat, and revived it. So hopefully we can get it running here. This is a single carburetor job, so should be a good sled when it's running. So we got quite a few things to take care of, but let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to take care of is rebuilding the fuel pump. So this thing was not pulling any fuel when I was trying to start it in the guy's yard, so determined that this needs to be replaced and changed. So I ordered a fuel pump rebuild kit for it. Pretty simple job, so we'll get right into that. Let's get ourselves a nice little chair right here. So basically, this is a pretty simple job. You got 2 gaskets and some sort of membrane type dealio that go together. So this is the original stock Mikuni fuel pump. So definitely a nice sign that this thing hasn't been touched. It's only got 1,800 original miles on it for a 97. The guy never drove it too much. He's the original owner, so I'm the second owner now. So he had it for 23 years and only put 1,800 miles on it, which is pretty good. So basically, when I looked at these things, I didn't see anything crazy. So it sat from 08 to 13 with gas, and then it sat from 13 to 2020 with bad gas, or with good gas that turned to bad gas. So unfortunately, with time like that, things tend to go south. So we're going to get this replaced real quick, and I'll show you guys how to do a fuel pump while we're at it. Well, here we are in the engine bay. I assembled it and got it back in. So there are arrows that show the inlet and the outlet. They're kind of hard to see on here, but there's the inlet, there's the outlet, and obviously your vacuum line. And so it's rather simple setup and procedure right there. I just tossed in real quick to see if I can get it started, and she starts right up. you kind of need to prime it a little bit, get some fuel going in there. So I recommend siphoning some fuel and putting it straight into the inlet of that, and then getting some of the carb to basically get it started and going, so you can start siphoning the fuel. So now, basically what I have left is I took the little inlet to the gas tank out when I was trying to figure out if we had a clog or something and it wasn't sucking. So it's time to put that in. So I'm gonna grab some tools and get that started to put in. Well, that was kind of time consuming. So what I did is I gripped the part of the fuel hose that's going onto, you can't see that, so I gripped the part of the fuel hose on the little bar fitting with a pair of needle nose pliers, and then turned the actual nut or the fitting with a wrench. And that was about the best way I can come about doing that. Basically I didn't want to bind the hose by it basically spinning on itself, so that's the way I went about doing it, and it worked out pretty well. So on to the next step, which is figuring out this situation. So got some new fuel line and a new fuel filter. As you can see, I took the old one off to get this to just start and run a few minutes ago. So now it's time to kind of redo it the proper way. That doesn't fall. I haven't quite figured out the idle yet. That will come though in time. But she fucking starts right up. There we go. Couple pulls and she goes. So, all right, on to the next thing, which is this right here. So basically, when I took this apart, these were just seized in there. So now it's time to find new bolts and situate those into the airbox. So those bolt in right here. So those two holes, so let's find something new. Well, the airbox is in. That carb boot was about the worst experience of my life. If anyone knows how to mess with those carb boots and make them actually work, please let me know, because that was just fucking brutal. Now back to what the hell I was actually trying to do is let's figure out how to mount this bad boy right here. Now, I wouldn't call this the best method I've ever come up with, but we're gonna give it a shot and see how it works. This is with a lot of fuel here. I don't want to take out the angle grinder, so we're just boom, there we go, just like that. Aha, look at that. It went right in. Beautiful. All right, hold it straight to there. So, all right, let's see if we can. So, I don't know how well you can see that in there because the focus and the darkness, but there's a little rubber grommet that I was able to save in there, so it does fit. It's gonna be tight though, so now we gotta see if we can get it to fit. With that, I'm gonna give it a couple wrenches. All right, bada boom. So that is mounted. So as you can see right there, you guys can sort of see it. You can see the end of them. So the rubber grommet goes through. Just tighten it down right there. Boom. That is mounted right there. All right. So next thing to discuss is this. So this is the toolbox on top, but this is the top of the air cleaner. So the filter or the foam, you can see a little bit of the residue left right there. It was right here, and that was eaten by mice. So I just straight up do not have anything to replace that. So looks like we're running this without an air filter. We have the airbox, but no air filter. I will think of a solution probably at some point. I don't really know what though. So maybe cut out some foam that like fits that and call it a day. But I mean, that's all. That's for another day. Take the toolbox cover. Pop it in. Dang. That is back together. Boom. Alright. That is decent. Forgot one tool. Back. There we go. That is together. Perfect. Alright. Now it's time to figure out this wiring and then put the cover back right here. So let's get on that. Well, here we go. Let's give her a good old attempt here.